The towering figures of the Soviet socialist realist sculpture rise against the sky, their faces set in grim determination. Steel muscles strain as they push forward, a symbol of unyielding strength. This monument stands as a testament to the Soviet Union's fight against fascism in World War II, a time when nations united to crush tyranny. But history has a way of repeating itself, doesn't it? Today, Ukraine faces a similar battle, but against a different foe, modern-day Russia. The same spirit of defiance burns in the hearts of those who refuse to bow, who stand firm against oppression once again. The past isn't just a memory here. It's a warning, a call to arms. And the people of Ukraine are answering. You're looking at the faces of Ukrainian soldiers, their expressions set with determination. One steps forward, his voice steady and clear. Ukraine is in an existential battle against what many see as a fascist totalitarian state. The stakes couldn't be higher. Another soldier nods, adding, "This isn't just about land or borders. It's about our freedom, our right to exist as a nation." The camera lingers as they stand together, a quiet resolve in their eyes. You can feel the weight of their words, the gravity of the moment. This is more than a conflict. It's a fight for survival. Here's the script segment. The map of Europe spreads out before us, a patchwork of borders and names we've known for decades. But now, some of those lines are jagged, marked by flashes of red, conflict zones burning bright against the familiar landscape. This isn't just another skirmish or regional flare-up. This war has become the most violent armed conflict Europe has seen since World War II. The scale is staggering, the intensity unlike anything in recent memory. Cities that once stood as symbols of progress are now battlegrounds. The numbers tell the story: casualties mounting, refugees fleeing, entire regions reshaped by destruction. It's not just a war, it's a turning point, one that forces us to ask how we got here and what comes next. Putin called it a special military operation, a quick strike to secure Ukraine. The world watched as Russian forces rolled in on February 24, 2022, expecting a swift victory. But Ukraine had other plans.
It has built
What was supposed to last days
relationship
stretched
with those
into
aligned
weeks,
for training
then
battalions.
months.
And so even though they're able
The fierce
to complete
resistance
Table
from
18
Ukrainian soldiers
qualifications,
and civilians
which
alike
in and of
turned the
itself
tide.
is a tremendous task
Cities
for a
like Kiev
battalion,
and Kharkiv,
it's
once thought
something
to
quite
fall easily, held strong. The Russian advance stalled, then faltered. Sanctions hit hard, and global support poured into Ukraine. By spring, it was clear this wasn't the easy win Putin had promised. The war dragged on, with no end in sight, as Ukraine refused to back down. Ukrainian forces have been making some serious moves on the battlefield, and it's all thanks to some high-tech firepower. Drones buzz overhead, scouting enemy positions before striking with deadly precision. Then come the anti-tank missiles. Fast, accurate, and absolutely devastating. These weapons have been game changers, allowing Ukrainian troops to hit Russian convoys hard and fast. What used to be a slow, grinding fight has turned into a series of decisive victories. The tide is shifting, and it's clear that advanced weaponry is giving Ukraine the edge they need to push back. Every strike weakens the enemy. Every hit brings them one step closer to reclaiming their land. This isn't just about holding the line anymore. It's about turning the tables. The Ukrainian fighters move fast, their eyes sharp as they scan the skies. They know the odds are against them. Russia's got the numbers, the firepower, the air superiority, but that doesn't stop them. Not even close. One of them spots it first, a Russian jet cutting through the clouds. There's no hesitation. They lock on, fire, and watch as the missile streaks toward its target. The explosion lights up the sky, another Russian plane going down in flames. It's not just luck. It's skill, determination, and sheer grit. They've been outgunned from the start, but they keep fighting. Every shot they take is a defiance, a refusal to back down no matter what's thrown at them. And it's working. Against all odds, they're holding the line, shooting down planes that were supposed to dominate the skies. They're not just fighting for territory, they're fighting for something bigger. For their country, for their future, for the chance to prove that even when the deck is stacked against you, you can still come out on top. Before the war, Mariupol was a bustling port city, its streets lined with shops and cafes, its beaches dotted with families enjoying the sun. The skyline was alive with cranes and factories, a testament to its industrial heart. People went about their days, kids played in parks, and the city hummed with life. Now, it's a wasteland. Buildings that once stood tall are reduced to rubble, their skeletons twisted and broken. The streets are empty, save for the occasional figure moving through the ruins. The beaches are gone, replaced by craters and debris. What was once a home to hundreds of thousands is now a graveyard of concrete and steel. The numbers tell part of the story, up to 100,000 dead, but they can't capture the weight of it. Every shattered window, every collapsed roof, every silent street holds a story of loss. Families torn apart, lives erased, futures stolen. The human cost is staggering, a wound that won't heal anytime soon. The numbers tell a story of their own. Over 6 million people have left Ukraine, crossing borders into neighboring countries, searching for safety, for shelter, for a chance to rebuild their lives. But that's only part of the picture. Another 6 million are still inside Ukraine, forced from their homes but unable to leave, caught in a crisis that stretches across cities and villages. The scale of it is staggering. Families separated, lives upended, and a nation grappling with the weight of displacement. The humanitarian crisis isn't just a headline. It's a reality unfolding every single day. The defense of Mosul wasn't just another battle. It was the turning point that kept Kyiv standing. When Russian forces pushed hard, thinking they could break through, the defenders held their ground. Every street, every building became a fortress. They fought not just for land, but for the soul of their country. If Mosul had fallen, the path to Kyiv would have been wide open, and the war could have taken a far darker turn. But they didn't let that happen. Against all odds, they stood firm, and in doing so, they changed the course of the conflict. This wasn't just a victory, it was a lifeline for Ukraine. The heart of Ukraine isn't just in its fields or its cities. It's in the stories carved into its buildings, the songs hummed in its theaters, the books stacked in its libraries. But these aren't just places, they're targets. Russian missiles don't just aim for military bases or government buildings. They strike universities where students debate philosophy, museums where children learn their history, and churches where families have prayed for generations. It's not just about controlling land, it's about erasing what makes Ukraine, Ukraine. Every bomb that falls isn't just destroying bricks and mortar. It's trying to silence a culture, to rewrite a people's past and future. But here's the thing about identity. You can't bomb it out of existence. The poems, the dances, the language, they live in the people. And as long as they do, Ukraine stands. The story of Ukraine is one of unbreakable spirit. For years, its people have faced challenges that would test the strongest of nations: conflict, hardship, and the constant fight for their sovereignty. Yet through it all, they've shown a resilience that inspires the world. They've stood firm, not just with weapons, but with an unshakable belief in their future. Farmers have worked fields under fire. Teachers have held classes in bomb shelters, and families have rebuilt homes with their own hands. This isn't just survival, it's defiance. It's a nation refusing to be broken, proving that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the will to keep going despite it. Ukraine's fight is a reminder that freedom isn't given, it's earned, and its people are earning it every single day.